Good day, Antheus Kaisek here. Welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Isaac Flash. I pretty much took a 2-day break, and honestly, I feel a lot better now. Much better than what I was originally. And I feel much better and more decisive of what I want to do with my YouTube channel a little bit. And I hope that you all will still join me. For the last couple of days, I've also been playing other games as well and not just sticking to Isaac all the time. I finally figured out how to boot up my old Wii and play that. I played Sonic Unleashed after almost 10 years. And I can definitely tell you that I have deteriorated my skills a lot since then. I could have gotten easily S ranks for most of the missions. Now I suddenly find myself struggling to get to even in A rank sometimes. Although I am more diligent when it comes to collecting all of the secret items, which was something I didn't do for my main save file back then. Yeah, other than that, not much has been really happening the last couple of days. Or I guess for you, it might be 3 days. For me, well, I guess it's like 2 or 3 days. I've lost track of time already. But yeah, hopefully you guys have been doing well for yourselves. And as for me, I just want to come back here and just play some more Isaac and enjoy my time here. So for now, our boss is Famine, which will give us the cube of meat, and we are playing as Cain. I don't recall if the last one was also with Cain. Actually, no, I do believe the last one was with Cain, but I don't remember if it was the 2-episode limit for myself that I gave. So for now, we are just going to be playing as such with Cain once again before we rotate back to Isaac the next one. I keep taking lots of foolish damage. And you know what? I'm gonna be crazy and... Okay, you know what? Let's maybe not too crazy right now. I am gonna check for a secret room. Get some coins. And that was a failure, so we're gonna go into our shop. And there is no spirit art for sale. And it sucks to see Steam sale because we can't get it. Okay, I've been thinking about something when I was playing Sonic Unleashed the last couple of days. Do you think Sonic would be good as a Subway employee? Because I've been thinking like, well, if he can go fast, he can surely make the sandwiches fast. I think that Eggman would probably make the best sandwiches, but probably also use really poor ingredients. I mean, he didn't make a good pickle sandwich according to Professor Pickle. So I'm not sure how he would do as a Subway employee. Oh wait, no, he wouldn't be the Subway employee. He would be the manager. And possibly not a very... Well, not to downplay him, but I think he would actually be a good manager, funny enough. Because I think there are times where he actually does treat his robots very well. Although I think he would be the manager, and he would just let his robots do all of the work, and he won't do anything. Not to say that managers don't do anything, but that I think he himself would just lay back and collect the money. Which I'm still wondering how to this day how he gets all that money to get all the materials for his bases. I don't think it's ever been explained, and possibly never will. Or maybe it is, and I just never know. So far on this run, we got Whore of Babylon, which is really good for us. But it also is very dangerous because we pretty much have no security over our own health. I love Spelunker's hat, but I think the treasure map is much better. Okay, so based on the map, there's no real reason to go to a... Or rather, I guess there's only one path now that I look at the map more closely. Also, after... I think... After 6... You can't see, but I'm doing the hand motion. After 6+ years, I have only recently found out that my computer screen has been increased its size by over 150%. So that's why most of my screen has been so small over the past couple of years, and I never realized this. Because I think Windows automatically puts it at a 150, which is why certain things look a lot bigger. Whereas now I'm reducing it to 100 so that I can see more of my screen. I think it also helps with games being a lot smaller so that they can run better. They don't have to cover as many pixels as they normally would. I've been using that more because I think I would just like to have more screen. I think for this, you take the nail, we purposefully get hit for Whore of Babylon, then we use the nail for HP. And then we don't care about Monster Manual because nobody does. One of these days I will pick it up and actually showcase what it does, but I don't particularly like it. I do enjoy the changes that was made in Repentance, but even before then, it's not a very good item. It was never good for a very long time. Very lucky with that Spirit Heart. Check our item room. I'm gonna guess it is the Saranian. If only. We get Dead Sea Scrolls, which is still an okay item. Give me the nail. There is a small chance that it could give you the nail. I was just banking on it, but alas, I was not lucky enough for it. As I play more, I'm starting to realize that the map is a lot more useful when in comparison to the compass. Because with the map, the layouts are a lot simpler, and also since there are no curses in original Flash, or at least as far as I'm aware anyway, there is almost no reason to not take the map since it will show you more. Or at least I believe that you can glean more information with the map as compared to, say, the compass. Also, I do want to mention that in the previous video that I made, I'm going to use the term loosely, I learned how to adjust my microphone quality and to apply an EQ and a compressor on it. Because I do believe that, well, I do know for a fact that my microphone settings were really horrible within the last couple of uploads. Well, I say last couple, pretty much most of them anyway. And adding those would help improve the mic quality and the sound a little bit. This could be something to do with my own voice though, instead of just the microphone itself. Perhaps it is just the way my own voice works. But I do hope to improve in the future by taking more deliberate steps into my speech. Like speaking a little bit slower. That is something that I am still not very fluent in. I don't believe is the right adjective, but I wish to be more fluent in. And also, I do hope to improve the sound quality into the future as well. Still experimenting a lot. I do hope that if you guys are watching and you think that maybe the audio quality is maybe a bit too loud, a bit too muddy and whatnot, any feedback would be appreciated. Even if you just say that my voice sucks, I just would like to know as well, personally. I'm gonna take 9 lives, because there's almost no reason to. Our devil deal is the glass. Should not be a difficult fight. We just fought the Fallen, so this should not be a difficult one to deal with. I remember the previous run as well, that apparently the game gets harder, as per quote of the game. I don't recall, or rather I completely forgot that that was an achievement that you unlock. So having said that, I am a little worried of how I'm going to be playing in comparison to the previous times, because I thought the game doesn't get any harder for the original Flash. But I guess it does. Anyways, that was a very simple Krampus fight. And with not much else, we will go down to the next floor. There's not much to clean here. Okay, I think we will go this way. At least see what kind of areas there are. Again, King being a very simple character to play as, a lot easier than, say... I would say Eve, right now, is the most difficult character to play. I have not played as Blue Baby yet, so there is time for my opinion to change. However, for now, I would say that Eve is the most difficult character. Since she starts with like a damage multiplier down, I believe. And then also, her ability does not work as well as it used to, which is surprising. I'm gonna go down here because I want to see if this bottom pathway leads to the item. I venture to guess that the one all the way at the left is our boss. So for now, we will just continue onwards and hopefully get our item. But first, we will check out the secret room, get some money, or get the unicorn horn, which is worse than the nail. We are one more charge away from it though. I will... You know what? This is for science. Yes, you can do that. I was worried that you can't do that because of the way the spikes are. At least the textures look like you can't make it through. And there goes Reed. A very simple fight. Push onward, and there we go. I've just been thinking about that bit where I said Sonic would make a good Subway employee. I think Shadow would be a terrible employee. Maybe because I don't know much about Sonic as much as I think I do. But I think he would be I think he would be a bad employee. But he would only serve really good sandwiches to people named Maria. Other than that, he will never do such a thing. He will always, maybe not say make terrible decisions or make terrible sandwiches, but possibly not very good ones. Usually it's the ones where made by employees who don't care. Not to say that that's bad or anything. But that's just what I believe Shadow would do as a Subway employee. With this pill, I found pill and ate them. I think that's a meme, but I don't recall what meme that's from, unless it's very literal, like "Are you a wizard?" Which I am glad I have not seen it yet. Okay, this is getting a little bit dangerous with the HP that we have. Even though we have 9 lives, I would like to not be on half heart all the time to activate Whore of Babylon. And it doesn't really help that the item that we got is number 1, which increases our tier rate to pretty much almost all the way, but heavily reduces our range. So we don't have a lot to go off. It would be good if we can get something like Technology or Brimstone, so we don't have to worry about range. But alas, we will just make do with what we have. This is essentially like a pseudo shotgun build. I think I actually will take the HP. Even though it will ruin Whore of Babylon, I would like to also just survive. I'm going to try this pathway. The very glass cannon run that we have here. And ooh, another HP up. Well, it's a 1-up, not an HP up. I'm getting confused with my mushrooms. Speaking of mushrooms, in my opinion, the best ones, or at least some of the top ones, is Enoki. Well, as much as I want to do a mushroom tier list, I never really had that much experience eating them. Mostly because they don't really sell them at the grocery store. It's always just enoki, shiitake. I think there's one more, but I don't recall. And honestly, not much else. Mushrooms aren't very well sold here, anyway. Okay, grabbing our spirit hearts, we will continue on. If only I had you sooner. That is the Book of Revelations, but there's no real reason to buy it. I will buy this. This is the bead. It's not a very good item. What it does is it creates a fart cloud, and you basically do a... Oh my goodness, that is very lucky. You basically just do a small fart that affects enemies, and when you fart on them, they get poisoned. And it's not a very good item because of its very short range. But usually it's just something that if you have no other items to go for, the bean can be useful. There's not many synergies that go with it. So it's not an item that you would normally go after. Anyways, talking about that blood donation, we are very lucky that after the first hit we got the blood bag, which will fill up all of your HP, give you one extra heart container, while also giving you a speed up. To me, I find the speed up to be the most useful aspect of the item. Because to me, speed is something that's been sorely lacking in most of the runs. This little guy here is named Lil Chad. I believe Chad actually does mean something, because he's from Super Meat Boy, and his name is also Chad. But I don't recall what the acronym actually stands for. I should go and play other Edmund McMillen games. I do have... I think The World is End or something like that. The World's something. The World's End or something, which is an Edmund game that I got years ago as a birthday gift from a friend of mine. So maybe we can play that. I've never seen anything about that game, and I think it would be fun to try out something new as well. Also, speaking of trying something new, the videos, I'm going to try and edit at least a little bit more for these shorter videos. I'm not sure about the regular Isaac videos. Maybe I should still keep them as unedited as possible, as a way to keep a certain level of, in my opinion, authenticity, even though the authenticity argument doesn't really work out all that well to me. As much as I want to. I got damaged there. Because, like, to me, I would like to at least keep something as raw as possible when it comes to certain uploads. And I think at least I want to keep the Isaac, or at least the pseudo-daily roguelike videos to be as raw as possible and not try to edit them too much. Because I do like it when certain videos like these are not as edited. Maybe certain like story-related games, I can make edits from them. But other than that, I would probably not make other edits for these raw videos. At least to keep up with the sort of spirit, if there even is one. This monster fight, Monster 2 being very uncooperative. I will say though that the smaller screen is starting to get to me, a little bit anyway. Not by much, just a little bit. Once in a while. Yeah, I can... It's very difficult to see the small little bullets that the little red flies shoot out. It is useful, however, when Monstro 2 actually hits his enemies, or hits his own little ads. And not much else on this floor. Ooh. I think the item room is this way. I didn't even see what I got hit by. Possibly one of these little spinny turds. Like little blobs of flesh, if you will. Onwards. Very simple. Keeping it simple. I am possibly, yeah, I am tempted. I will be using bombs against Chub here, because he is a little bit difficult to work with. I didn't even see that little Chub sprinting towards me. This is the absolute wrong way, and there goes our Devil Heal. Yeah, this run is sorely lacking a range up, because with number 1 you now kind of struggle having any sort of tiers or any range rather. I'm gonna go this way even though it is oh, I think that could be a boss room. I don't know, the map geometry or geography, I guess. The map geography of Flash Isaac is still an enigma to me. Still uncertain how a lot of the old Flash goes, because I think as far as I'm aware, there's not much or as detailed documentation as compared to Rebirth. At least in my opinion, anyway. I will foolishly use both of my keys. Get a Justice card, which is 1 key back, I guess. Oh no. Oh, I actually took 2 hits from that. Wow. Yeah, this run is slowly falling apart by yours truly. I can see why Flash Isaac is a lot more difficult as compared to Rebirth, to be honest. Especially with the way things are going. I need to lock in a little bit more. There that goes, not much else. And yes, that is the boss room, which is very interesting that the boss room is located right next to a secret room, which I don't believe they do that anymore. Should not be taking so much dumb damage. I don't even know where my item room is. I'm just gonna blow these up for some HP and just hope that one of these actually gives like a spirit heart or something. I do hope that our shop gets us good items. This could change the run if the shop is any good. Although it is a little bit difficult when you have lots of these. You don't really have that much range. Suddenly now everything kind of falls apart. I don't know how much a lump of coal scales with range. Like, I don't know if like any of your maximum range will always give you double damage or something akin to those lines anyway. You know what? We're gonna hold off on that guy. And our item was not even worth it. It was Lemon Mishap, which is infinitely worse compared to the nail. I just hope the shop gives us some good items. And I don't know if I'm really under the weather today, to be honest with you. But fear not, we will push onwards, even if it means... Oh no, I have no keys. Okay, well, sorry, little buddy. You're gonna help me out a little bit. Give me a key. Ask and you shall receive indeed. Ooh, okay, this is actually where we can turn things around. Or rather, okay, no. I think buy this. And then we'll buy the spirit heart. And as much as I don't want to, I will go and fight one more room and get a charge for our spacebar. We have a rat fight, which is still fairly simple. Even best when he lodges himself in there, making this fight incredibly simple. I see a tinted rock. This could be the run where we turn, or rather this might be the point where we can turn things around. I don't believe we will die. Well, I mean, we have like, what, 10 lives? So we have no chance of dying anytime soon anyway. I'm gonna use both of these. I do believe they stack one after another. Yeah, we are just rushing Mom right now, which is not a sentence you want to be saying. Although I do not enjoy these little ones that keep shooting. I do see a tinted rock, so we're gonna blow that up later. Now, technically, you could aggro Mom's foot down to attack the rock, but I find it much easier to just blow it up yourself. Or rather, I could just waste the bomb and completely forget that I have the nail active. I'm actually not going to take the HP up, because I would like to keep Ore of Babylon active as much as possible. And also with 4 red hearts, we should have enough HP to buy whatever it is we want in the Devil Dome. Assuming we get it anyway, which I do believe we are overdue for one. I'm surprised that did not hit. I think the bomb placements are a lot more finicky in Flash. Just gonna do this and completely waste our money and bombs anyway. With 5 cents, I think we can get some value out of this slot machine. Maybe some spirit hearts or maybe a bomb. Well, I got a bomb. Maybe not in the way I wanted it. I do believe that our... I do believe that our boss room is this way. I can't recall what bosses actually spawn on this floor. I know Skolex and Death, but I don't recall any others. Actually, I don't even know if there are... Oh, that's not good. We could end the run prematurely like this. And it does. Well. Oh, right. I forgot I have a bunch of like extra lives. I completely forgot about that actually. So the run is not over just yet. There is still more to come. No keys, but we have a bomb. With some useless-ish gear. Okay, our boss is the Skolex. I think is a pretty difficult fight. This is actually the first time I've fought Skolex having regular tears as compared to other bosses where... other times when I have like Brimstone or something. So now we actually have to fight Skolex normally. Basically, you can only hit him at his bum. And that's his only weak spot. And unlike Pin, you can't just hit anywhere else. The range upgrade actually is pretty huge. And I'm going to completely ignore everything by just grabbing Brimstone and ignoring everything else. Ouija board is not useful. I don't recall if it gives us any extra statistical increase. So for now, we will just take Brimstone. Because Brimstone, while I don't believe it's anywhere as good as, say, in Rebirth, it is still better than a lot of other tier effects. And at least better than regular tiers that we have. Because at the very least, we have infinite range. Anyways, this should be a much simpler and easier mom fight. we get bombs or key, which means nothing. A very interesting floor layout for this particular level. I'm going to hold off on the nail for now, actually, because... Oh, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't when things like that happen. Because I want to save it for the actual mom's heart fight. With how little our damage is, I am afraid that the nail will be more effective when used in the active fight. Plus also it gives us a spirit heart. I'm going to wait out the attacks. I'm not to get hit as well. Again, this should be a very easy mom fight given how much damage we actually have and how much tears we have. Our only limiting factor was actually our range, but now that's completely superseded by us having Brimstone. Although I am not super certain how much our tearing rate is. I am too spoiled by Rebirth by having a charge bar. But anyways, there goes Mom, and we finish that one. And we got the Wafer, a very powerful item. And hopefully we can get that one next time. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It does appreciate, or rather I appreciate it a lot anyway. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!